Hello.
What up, though? Oh, this ain't even on, child. No, I can't hear nothing. Sorry if you all can hear that. Which I don't think you can. I think only we can hear it, right? I think. I feel like this is too far down. Okay. Bring it up some. That way our head is not cut off. Okay. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing out there?
We're going to go ahead and jump right into our prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Father God, in the name of Jesus, I just come to you just asking you, Lord God, to guide us, Lord God. Guide us on our journeys, Lord God, as we experience different experiences, Lord God. Help us to be grounded, Lord God, and unstoppable, Lord God, throughout our movement, Lord God. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Holy, critique our tongue, Lord. Indeed.
So, today the topic is male versus female toxicity. It's too close.
I think it needs to go a little closer.
Oh.
Did you do the description?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You said male versus female toxicity?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think they all kind of like the same.
Well,
what you think overall?
Yeah, no, because some people, I always heard just male toxicity. I never heard them talk from the female point of view.
There's some toxic females out there.
I know. That's why I wanted to touch on that because I hear it as often as I hear people talk about male toxicity.
I was about to say I don't know none, but when I really think about it,
yeah,
I do know some.
You know, family members, friends, parents,
associates.
Spouses, yeah.
So, and they try to play victim all the time.
That's how it happens. So the term hasn't been out for a long time, but it's been gaining its traction in the past few years. This term refers to the dominant form of masculinity, wherein men use dominance, violence, and control to assert their power and superiority. Female toxicity is the idea of toxic femininity, referring to extreme toxic personality traits that many women develop based on how females as a whole are treated or taught how to act. So, meaning it all goes back to like your childhood traumas and what you went through as a child, how you were raised, how you were brought up, that makes you carry those toxic traits into your adult years when you're becoming parents, when you get married, even in a relationship with yourself is toxic because you should be treated one way, but you still put up with different actions because maybe that's what you saw growing up, or you just carry those traits into your adulthood again, like gaining certain actions from your childhood, like being shy, not being able to open up. Those are some toxic traits because, when things are going wrong, you might isolate yourself or you're not able to express, you don't want to talk to a therapist, you don't want to talk to your friends, you just want to suppress all your feelings, and those are also some toxic traits that we will be talking about.
Yep, and a lot of times the reason why they do that is because they don't want the light shine on what the real problem is,
Yeah, people they don't want to do the work, they don't want to figure out the root of the problems. They, I heard someone say that they didn't feel like they should unpack the trauma and all the hurt that's been done to them. They feel like that's someone else's responsibility. But I feel like once you become an adult, that's your responsibility.
Right.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, everybody has a perception of themselves and what they think about different scenarios and situations. So
and they feel
I guess.
Well, I survived. I'm okay. I got through it. So
that's one of the biggest
toxic. Like, well,
and I also think the need to feel validated. Like whenever you feel like you have to be validated by something that somebody say or how they respond, I think that's toxic too. Because you'll keep going and going and going until you get the response that you want. Okay, toxic person. Anyone whose behavior adds negativity and upset to your life. Someone who brings out the absolute worst in you, whether it's in a friendship, relationship, or even family. Mm-hmm. Abusive and manipulative, gaslighting, having you question your sanity and basically everything you've known. Oh, I know a lot of people like that. Yeah. Adds pure negativity and drama. I'm sorry, adds pure negativity and drama to your life. You always feel drained whenever you're around them. Yeah.
Then that's something not right.
Yeah. Yeah. And when everything is always about them, they don't ever consider you or anybody else in that particular environment. Everything is just all about, hey, look at me, look what I can do. True. Big facts on that. Blame you for things going wrong. Never take the fault for the things that they have said or done. It's all your fault.
And take accountability.
Exactly. Never admit or acknowledge their mistakes. That's that accountability you was talking about. Disregard boundaries. They disregard boundaries because they lack the love and the respect that they have for someone else, like you as an individual. They lack it, you know.
In any relationship. Like.
Yeah. They're dishonest, the biggest liars. Oh, this sounds so familiar. They play victim. It's always, well, I didn't do anything, or I did the best that I could. Lies. See, they're dishonest again. Invalidate your feelings. Your feelings don't mean anything. It's all about what I'm feeling right now. You hurt me. I understand that you may be hurt, but I'm the one that's really hurt. You just invalidated my feelings.
When you begin to heal, you understand that everybody's feelings matter.
Oh, why is not time?
This one do it all the time.
Really?
Oh. But sorry, guys.
A slight malfunction in the equipment. Don't listen to you. You know, they don't listen because they already feel that they're right. So why do I have to listen to what you say? I'm right. Duh.
Don't even want to try to understand where the other person is coming from. Like, I always try to put myself in the other person's shoes. Like, how would they feel? How would this, how would this make somebody else? How would it make me feel at the end of the day? Like, doing the things that I do, just being aware of your behavior and your actions. Like,
right. Exactly. Harsh towards others. Inconsistent. That's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
And selfish. Yeah. But I will say there's a good and a bad selfish.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say that.
Yeah, it's a good and a bad. Selfish is, this particular selfish is when you're always selfish. Yeah. Everything's always about you. And everything you do is all strictly according to what you want to do, how you want to do. You don't really care how the other person may feel. It's like, whatever. Like, a good example, being in a relationship, and you are in, let's say a marriage, and you didn't talk with your mate about going out there by that motorcycle that you so wanted so badly, and you didn't discuss it with your mate. But that is a debt that has, happened to the household as a whole.
Seriously.
Exactly. And you go out there and you get that motorcycle, and you didn't think about your wife or your husband. You didn't give thought to, or your partner. You didn't give thought to them in no kind of way, form, or fashion. Now that is selfish. Okay.
Then there's like a good selfish where you're not mad about focusing all your time on the goals and stuff that you want out of life, instead of thinking, oh, maybe I should be doing what these people want me to do, or changing your values of what you really want in life based on the opinion of someone else. Like, well, if they're doing this, maybe I should be doing this. And even if people don't understand, like, listen, this is something that I'm passionate about. This is something that I really want. I feel that it's toxic for people to feel like, oh, you're changing, or
I get that.
Yeah, because you want to do things different in your life. You have to. Like, it's inevitable to grow, okay? Like, it's mandatory. And let's not think toxic ways and feeling like, oh, somebody changed because they want to do something different, or they just need some time for themselves. So yeah,
because like in reality, change is good, especially when you are improving yourself, improving who you are as a whole, like doing that inner work. Like, that's good. So yeah, I'm different. I'm not the same person I was last year.
I don't want to be, and I don't want to be the same person I am this year, next year.
Hello, come on now. Can we get an amen?
For real, I just want to continue to grow. Shoot. Continue to, not live a toxic lifestyle because we're so used to it. We have to learn to unnormalize it because it's so normalized these days that some people don't even realize the impact that it has. Like,
speaking of impact, it impacts your mental health. A lot of people don't realize that. Yeah, it really does impact your mental health, and it can also leave a sense of trauma. It's like an imprint, a sense of trauma and abuse.
And that's another point. Women, we feel like we can't be in our soft era. We feel like we can't be feminine because we have to be so masculine these days to take care of ourselves, to provide, to make sure that everything is getting done when these men are not stepping up to the plate. So,
I'm tired of it.
Yeah, and a lot of people go about it wrong, like they be trying to be bitter. No,
don't be bitter. Be better.
Seriously.
Yeah, and toxic people tend to pretend that they care. And in reality, they really don't care. They don't really care. They will act like it. They may ask you like little questions. Exactly. They ask you questions to know what you got going on in your life. And then they turn around a lot of times and infiltrate in a lot of cases, And sometimes they do it just to have something to say, And then it's like when you after they hear what they want to hear, they start to not hear what you're saying, or they're over talking you, or they're talking to somebody else while you're talking. Like all of that, you have to pay attention to things like that, and identify people for who they are. That's a good way to avoid falling into that trap, because to me it is a trap. But when you are able to identify people for who they are according to how they respond to you and engage with you and interact with you, then you're able to better protect yourself, protect your energy, protect your inner peace. You understand what I'm saying? Seriously. Like, you, girl,
seriously, like,
child. Let me breathe, child. I felt like I was just going. Okay,
but you ain't lying, because you honestly, when you know better, you do better. So
exactly,
you'll realize how important protecting that peace is, because you love this person, because you
go ahead. Go ahead.
Because you love this person, because you feel like, oh, we have kids together, or because you feel like, oh, this is a family member, oh, this is my mother, oh, this is my father. If they're acting negatively towards you in toxic ways, I say you don't have to deal with that.
No, you don't.
Like, I honestly feel like, listen, I don't block family members.
Everything is a choice.
Seriously.
Everything. Just because they family don't mean that they have to be in your environment.
Seriously.
Okay? Like,
especially if they're negatively impacting it, like,
and making you feel drained, tired, exhausted, furious, frustrated, irritated,
projecting all like insecurities and stuff on you, and judgmental, and
that's one of it. That's why judge not, or ye too will be judged. Okay. But one of the things that I was also going to mention is that a toxic person can't stand to see you elevate higher than them, or do better than what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't stand it.
When in reality, if somebody in your circle getting blessed, you gotta know your turn coming next. Like, well,
but see, they don't see it that way.
They don't, because they wasn't raised
it's
that
why
way.
It's not me.
That was like a generational.
It should have been my turn.
Yeah.
Why this can happen to me? Why this can happen to me?
How did she get this opportunity? Or
And it's so crazy, because in a lot of cases, I have seen it with relationships. I will say that on record. I have seen it with relationships. I haven't seen it as often with relationships, but friendships and family.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And you
haven't seen what, like, toxic behaviors?
No, not toxic behaviors, but feeling like the other person is doing better.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And they get in their feelings and start to act a certain kind of way.
Yeah, I don't see that in a lot of relationships either.
And that's the one that upsets me. Right now. I promise you. Jesus. Okay, so like I was saying, and you know, speaking of it, I'm speechless right now because it's like, well, how do you handle that? Like, how do you really handle that? You know, because you don't want to hurt another person's feelings.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to. Okay, so
I
just skipped subjects because we were just talking about relationships.
But I was following you.
Right, because you saw what I saw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to that because I need some clarity. Okay. Maybe you can help me out with the understanding of that. So, like we were talking about, when a person can't stand to see you doing better than them, like me, I keep you at a distance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know,
you like a jealous trait.
But see, that's the thing. A lot of times they don't see themselves as being jealous.
Don't, but that's what they are.
They don't see themselves as being envious or anything of that nature because
they just feel like they're superior.
Exactly, they already feel like that, but not even realizing like you can feel like exactly. You can feel like however you feel, but in reality. On the flip side, you have to also be cognizant of what you're doing.
You listen to people's conversations, they be like, "Oh yeah, because I did this before her, and she didn't get that, so I got this." And people, that's people's mindset these days. Exactly. Not knowing that we can all just win.
Like why does it matter?
Our community feels right. Our community feel like it's a race and competition.
Exactly.
So bad. Really
I did it first. She was copying off me. I promise you, she was copying off me, and then I went further than her. You know what I'm saying?
Like
I got all of this. I got all of this. I got it before she did. I got it. And it's just like, sweetie,
that don't even matter.
In competition with you.
I'm not impressed. Okay.
I'm not. I promise you, I'm not. I don't care. You do you for you, and you do it the best way you can, and I will do me for me, and I will do it the best way I can.
Always do
period.
The fourth agreement.
Okay, I got a little touchy on that one. I did. Okay, I'm gonna calm down some. I calm down some. Yeah. You know, but one thing that I don't do is I don't play into their reality. That's a good way to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? Because
just stay true to you.
Exactly, because in their reality, things is one way. You know, their reality is their perception. And when you don't play into another person's perception of what they're putting out, especially when you're able to recognize it, you won't get stuck in the trap. Because toxic people, they like to entrap you so they can control you.
Manipulate.
Okay? Exactly. And they will abuse you in every way that they possibly can. They don't care. They'll act like they do, but truthfully, they really don't. Hey, how you doing today? They don't really care. They just want to hear if you got something going on today. If you're doing better than they are today. Okay?
Right.
You better identify people like that. Okay? And when you identify them, hello, keep a distance. I'm telling you. Seriously. Don't get drawn in. Don't do it. Because you would be sad, depressed, frustrated, irritated, discombobulated, and out of 80s.
Who you telling your business to? Like people not praying for you in a lot of situations. They're praying on you
and against you. Lord, how
praying for the downfall. Like
Lord, how you gonna let that happen for her before you let that happen for me? Lord, just let it happen for me before anybody else.
I want to be the first.
Like that Lord, let it happen for me before anybody else. That's praying against people that's closest to you.
Like the lady that's getting a divorce, she prayed that people become widows. I gotta find it because it was crazy. When I say that's the toxic Christian right there.
That ain't no Christian girl.
Well, no, that's what she called herself. That's what she's known as. So that's what I'm like.
That's not. But
it's more people out there like her.
There's a lot of people out there like her. I'm pretty sure. But one thing about it is the most important thing is to be able to identify people for who they are, and you operate accordingly. Identify people for who they are and operate accordingly, because
they're not taking you out of character.
Narcissistic behavior, toxicity, all that negativity is real. Mm-hmm. It's real. And if you want to elevate and vibrate on a higher level of vibration, you have to be able to identify people for who they are, where they are, and operate accordingly. Now, I would suggest just disconnect, mm-hmm. But if you're a strong person like myself, I do think I'm a strong individual, mm-hmm. I operate accordingly. You have to. I really do. And sometimes,
especially when you know better, you learn from situations.
I'm gonna tell you what I do sometimes, though. For real, though. Girl, sometimes I can know that person is a toxic person. Mm-hmm. And they could be calling me, asking me something, or I run into them, they might ask me a question. Mm-hmm. And one little man say, don't tell them. The other little man said, tell me and see how they're going to respond. I'm a little petty, I will say. But the key thing to that is I know who they are. I know who they are. They may not know that I know who they are, but I know who they are. And sometimes I would just, for my entertainment purposes. Is that toxic?
I was gonna say she getting a little toxic, y'all, but she said it
only towards those who are toxic with me. Exactly.
But I don't let my way in. Trying to fight fire with fire.
Sometimes I have to admit, I don't do it all the time. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Mm-hmm. I don't do it all the time, but sometimes I do have to admit, I do eye for eye. I ain't gonna lie. I'm being honest with y'all, world. I'm being honest with y'all. Sometimes I do. I will admit I'm a little petty at times.
Eye for eye, we'll all be blind. Something like that.
Okay, but see, it ain't the whole world though. I said I do it sometimes with certain people.
It's still occurring.
So, but I'm working on that.
Denying the fact she's taking accountability.
Yeah, I am taking accountability. I'm acknowledging it. I'm admitting it. Like I do. But like again, I only do it to those
who do it to you.
Who do it to me. Not all of them. Now, a lot of them I just disconnect. Exactly, just depends on the situation. It really does. I will give them a little bit of what they're asking for, but I just don't fall into the trap.
The names Danae Jackson and Derek Jackson in mockery, accusations, slanders, and lies. May the mercies of God be withdrawn from you. May your husbands and wives become widows. Let your children become fatherless. Let your seed become vagabonds on the earth. Let the words of your mouth and your words of your hands be returned back to you. Let it go down your throat and choke you slowly until your days become few on the earth. The word of God says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets.
So what did you just do?
You've been warned. And if you want to know where that is at in the Bible, go to Psalm 109, go to Psalm 35, go to Psalm 140, go to Psalm 141.
What?
Like, I listened to it like twice.
Of your mouth.
Did she just wish death upon them?
Yeah. She just
literally wished death upon. Now, okay,
and
now she's toxic. Now she's toxic, and that's not she's not. There's no way she could be Christian.
Yeah,
There's no way that's toxic. But you know what? She could be claiming Christianity, because there's a lot of people that claim Christianity that sit there and wish stuff upon people and lie and cheat and all that kind of stuff. So, but dang,
gossiping, talking down.
Now that's toxic. Now I don't do stuff like that. Okay. When I say I feed into it, I mean like if you ask me something, I already know why you asking. Mm-hmm. But I go ahead and tell you, because I'm gonna sit back and watch to see if you're gonna do what I just said. And in most cases, you do, or they do. So that's what I mean by that. I play into it sometimes. That's what let me clarify. Let me clarify. That's what I mean about that. But like, no, I don't. I pray to God that they make it. I pray to God that they succeed. I pray to God that their followers are greater than a few. I pray to God for that, because what's for you is for you. And there is nothing that man can do or say to be against it. Period. And that's another thing too. I don't feel like I'm rambling on and on.
Comes in a perfect time, but everything is hitting right on point for real.
But like even with what she just said, like what she doesn't realize, a lot of times the situations that we enter into or the things that end up happening with us, a lot of times it's a necessity for it to happen.
And some people turn bitter.
Exactly. Some people do turn bitter, but it's really happening to make you better.
Exactly.
To make you stronger.
Seriously,
you know?
Always gotta look for the good and the bad.
Dang.
No matter what it is, find the good in it.
That's
the tip of the day.
That's deep. She wished death upon them.
Yeah, that was like crazy to me. I was like, that's the most toxic thing I ever heard.
That's toxic. That's toxic from a female, like for real.
Seriously, that's exactly why I wanted to touch on you. That was my example right there.
Like, that's toxic from a female, for real. Yeah. Because I mean, granted, Derek Jackson and a lot of the other influencers have done negative things. You know, I mean, I think we all have done negative things in our life at some point in time. But the reality is, you know, when you learn from those negative things and you operate better and you aim to do better.
Especially if you're telling your business online, like you're putting it out there for people to give it input on it. And so you wishing bad upon them after saying that's what they did to you and talk down on you. It's like, what did you turn around and do? But repeated the same thing that they just did.
Exactly. And see, that's what I mean by I don't do that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that. Like I tell you what I got going on, what I'm doing, and what's upcoming. And I sit back and I wait for you to try to do it before I do. And I just like, oh, I influenced you. Like, for real. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, for real. Like, well, obviously I ain't gonna lie to y'all because I just told y'all what I do. But, like, for real, that's what I do. You know, because if I can influence, persuade, encourage, inspire, motivate, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I feel like that's what I'm here for, you know? Yeah. You know, but that what I just heard is pure toxicity from the root. That's deep.
That was deep.
So even, I mean, I'm sorry, I know I keep saying it, but
I told you I watched it
somebody. To wish death upon them, like, yo, that's sickening. Like, oh my goodness. I mean, she could at least
have built up inside of you that made you wish that upon people.
She could at least said, "Let what they did happen back to them." No, she said,
"Make them
kill them,
widows, their husbands, and
kill them, take them off the face of this earth." Like, golly. Now, people like her, I don't want to cross their path. Yeah. I stand clear.
That's evil.
I stand clear because, like, she sounds like one that might practice some stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them that do that.
You gotta know who to share your energy with. Like, it's not that
that's
you
why everybody don't get.
Yeah.
Like, in reality, that's something that I was telling somebody, that not everybody gets to experience all of me.
Yeah. That's a good thing, though, for real.
You know, I can't even say how many people who have actually, I could probably count on one hand. And I ain't count family members because they know I'm silly as I'll get out. And you're witnessing this too. but I don't let a lot of people in.
Yeah. Simply
because it's not good, in my opinion. Especially in this world, the way that things are today, the way that people are. It's not good to let people all the way in. You have to really get to know them before you really let them all the way in. And not that I really hold back who I am, but there's levels to me.
Seriously.
And in order to experience those levels, you have to get to know me. Now, see, it's good that we sit here talking and, you know, we're very well acquainted. So y'all get to see, but you're still not like right here. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's a little different when you're right here versus watching, you know.
From the outside.
Right.
Making assumptions about stuff.
Exactly. Like, that's why I had to give y'all clarification on that toxic part. Like, I'm really not a toxic person. I'm really not. I just can possess a couple of traits. Like, girl, yes, this is what I got going on today.
But just being mindful.
Well, that's not a trait. That's not a trait. That's a thing.
Yeah.
A couple of, okay, let me not dwell on it because I'm still overthinking it.
Okay.
It's not even a behavior. Because if you call me and you ask me what I got going on, I tell you. And then you turn around and do what I said just so that you can have done it before me. Then is that really toxic?
You don't think so?
If I tell you what I'm doing it because I know that you, but I don't care.
Not for you. I'm saying for the other person. If you say you told them what you wanted to do,
feeding them.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I want to do it.
So I'm playing into it, but playing.
It's like, why do you feel like it's competition?
Why do you feel like it's
like the other person? Why do people like that?
But see, that's
another.
They may not feel like it's competition.
Just feeling like you in competition with everybody and you can do it first.
They may not feel like they're in competition though. Like,
but I'm saying, even if you're not aware of it, it's still toxic. Right?
It's what part? Me?
The part not being aware of it. The part.
I'm very aware of it.
I'm not talking about you, girl. We talked about how you're aware.
Them not being aware. Naive, and not realizing that they're trying to compete.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's toxic.
I can see that. And I just be like, I knew it. But congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. Okay. But yeah. Okay, so you want to talk more about the female toxic traits or you want me to talk more about the male toxic traits?
It don't matter.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I keep running my mouth in. Hey.
Gonna go off of you.
So, a lot of times the reason why men operate in toxicity is because of their social environment, society. What society deems to be masculine and macho and things of that nature.
Oh, it's more important to make a track record of all the girls you messed with than being vulnerable to one girl and trying to settle down. I feel like that shows toxic.
Or even having sex at a very early age, such as 9 or 10 or 11 years old, or even all the way up. Really, they don't realize it, but when it's been done by someone that's 18 and older, or even 16 and older, in reality, you have been molested.
Yeah, but they don't even
look at it like see that. It like that because
I've been having sex.
Exactly, because it's like they give them props like, yo, you've been here, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even. It's very toxic, and it's not nothing positive about it. It's completely negative. And in reality, that's the reason why you are the way that you are. If you started having sex at a very young age, where you haven't even hit puberty yet, and you been basically molested by an older woman or even an older man, in reality, like you're scarred, and that's trauma, and that's something that you need to seek therapy.
Hurt people, and it's just an ongoing cycle. And you need to seek some therapy.
Exactly. You really do, because that's the reason why you can't get enough. That's the reason why you're from woman to woman, man to man, or whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why. Because you've been touched too early to even fully understand the capacity of what is really going on. But in society makes you think that, it's supposed to be like this. No, sir. No, ma'am. No. Okay, so dominance, control, insensitivity, aggression, all of those are destructive behaviors, and all of those are traits of a male toxic type individual.
Like a lot of cases, guys, they might get drunk and start abusing women, start
being disrespectful verbally,
emotionally, verbally.
They're very manipulative.
Doing things like that, and then waking up the next morning acting like nothing happened, or not talking out those situations, doing it in front of the kids,
or even when they apologize, they're not sincere in their apology,
because then they do it again.
Exactly, it's a repetition cycle. They tend to take more than what they give. It's always give me, and they never looking to give back. They don't listen. They think they know every damn thing. They don't listen, or they act like they listening. Really, they like. On this end, you going in saying what you're saying, but right here they blah blah blah. So in the middle of their head, they ain't hitting there. You say it ain't even go out the other. It went in and right back out the same ear. it didn't even bypass nothing else.
That's crazy. So listen.
Yeah, and then males, another toxic trait is they make you feel bad.
Yeah.
They make you feel like you're worthless.
That's
like
that
you're
manipulating spirit.
Exactly.
Like, you're supposed to do this to me. You're supposed to love me like this. If you love me, you'll do this. If you love me, you'll say. If you love me, you'll trust that I won't.
If you really love me, you'll forgive me for cheating on you for the 10th time.
Exactly. If you love me,
for the first
you'll
time.
accept
It
this
doesn't
baby.
matter. Exactly. If you love me, you got to love this baby that I got while we were together.
Yeah.
Baby now.
Yeah. It's a lot of things happening that's been normalized that's just not okay.
Okay, and they tend to abuse their power. They're self-defeating. They put the I in. I didn't even look it up. And saintly, I might not have said that right, but okay. They say you're overreacting every time you react to something that they did or said. Cool. You're overreacting.
They're playing your emotions.
Exactly. That's exactly what you're overreacting. Mm-hmm. It really isn't that serious. I only did this. Yeah, but that was last year. That's the past. Why do you keep bringing up the past?
Especially if you say you forgave that person. Why? Like, if you want to forgive somebody, don't keep bringing up what they did in the past because...
No. You're not bringing up what they did in the past.
No, I'm saying this happens, though.
It does happen.
And you can forgive, but you're never going to forget. So, you keep that, but you keep bringing it up to the person after you said you forgave them. Like,
yeah, but like if they turn around and they do the exact same thing.
No,
and
even if they don't.
Wait, listen, I'm saying, yeah, if they don't, right. Okay, then yeah, you haven't forgiven them.
Right.
But like, let's just say you just did. You stayed out all night and you say you was at your homeboy house or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And just last month you said the same thing. And I said, okay, all right, we'll let that go. Then today you come back and you say the same thing. You said that the last time. That's what I mean by it. You said that the last time. Like you just said that last month.
Yeah.
That you was at your home, you felt at your homeboy house.
Because in a lot of cases it is repeated.
And it's a lot of cases a lot is being repeated and it's been over and over again. Like, and then what's really going on at your homeboy house for you to end up staying over there all the time? I'm just saying. Anyway, that's another topic.
No, that's a whole other topic because it was just a video going around of somebody getting exposed and accusations.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, like I said, it's a whole
y'all
other
at your
topic.
homeboy house doing these drugs, getting horny. Whole other topic.
Whole other topic. Okay, and then they always see themselves as a victim. You always accusing me. I ain't do that.
No way.
I ain't do that. They are suddenly your new best friend. They want to know everything you got going on, everything you're doing, but they're only doing that to really find out what you're doing to make sure that they don't get caught doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a situation like that. Where you going? I don't know. I'm going somewhere though. I don't know. Somewhere. Not here. They gossip. They live in an empathy-free zone.
Toxicity.
Mm-hmm. Act as if they're better than other people. Like, all flashy and, sit back like and turn their nose up at the next person or talk down on the next person. In reality, like, dude, if you stink, give him a bottle of your cologne then. You know what I'm saying? And a real friend, if my breath say, you better tell me. I have some gum to give to me. Okay? Shoot. Or slide him like it's right here too, y'all. She got it right here. Or slide it to me like,
seriously.
I'm like, oh girl, ooh, I'm a little tired.
But yeah, knowing what to be honest, because a lot of times friends, family members, they talk behind each other's back. That they be the elephant in the room. Everybody whispering about it. Nobody going to their first.
Did you smell home? Did she have some deodorant?
No, not asking the person if they need help.
girl, she use baking soda. That's it. Stuff like that. Don't do that. That's toxic. Okay, that's toxic.
You become a product of your environment, and I can just imagine how many generations.
Oh, it definitely flows on down, generation after generation. It really does. It really does.
Yeah, but that's a lot of female and male toxicity. We hope we brought you some awareness on this topic. We hope to see you all next week. We thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget to share, like, subscribe, follow. Comment, you know what I'm saying? Please comment. Good grief. Yeah, we've been doing this for how long?
Since May. 7
months. That's 7. No, girl, it's December now. That's 7. That's more than 7. It's not more than 7.
No.
Oh, dang. I can't count then. Is it?
Okay, May. It's still a long time.
It is more than 7. I thought it was March. Oh, you said May. Damn. My bad, y'all. I'm thinking. March was the retreat.
Yeah,
March is in my head. Okay. I'm like, y'all, we actually connected in March, and we've been like going full force since. So that's why I keep thinking March.
No, I know I'm not.
I can count. I know
my birthday 5 months away.
She right. It is May, not March. Where am I getting March from? Like,
yeah,
March
but that's why. Because that's
March. And March was a very
insightful was
month for me.
Yeah.
I learned a lot in March. Yeah, I really did. Like, ooh, I did. I really did. Spent a lot of money too in learning that lesson too. But anyway, we ain't gonna touch bases on that today. Like we said, please like, share, subscribe, follow, comment, DM, email, however you see fit that you want to share or even reach out to us. We're here. We're open to discuss.
Taking suggestions on topics.
Yes, definitely.
If you want to hear a certain topic, let us know.
If it's anything that we've ever talked about that you want to dig deeper into, let us know. We have no problem going deeper. You know, if anything you want to know as it relates to different situations that we may have discussed, hey, go ahead and DM us or comment. Thank you. We'll see y'all next week. That was dope.
Yeah, that was dope.